Please do subscribe, like, and share.
On the number line, when we move from 0 to the right, we get positive numbers. Like the first one on this number line is half, 1 divided by 2, then 1, then 1 and a half, 2, 2 and a half, and so on. And on the number line, when we move to the left from 0, we get negative numbers. They are less than 0, and we mark them with a negative sign, minus sign. So you can see the first one is minus 1 divided by 2, minus 1, minus 1 and a half, minus 2, and so on. In a fraction, we know there are three parts. The top one is called numerator, the bottom one is called denominator, and this line is called dividing line. Now we are going to list up and define types of fractions. There are negative and positive fractions. Fractions below 0 are negative fractions, and fractions above 0 are called positive fractions. Fractions having numerator smaller than their denominator are called proper fractions. For example, 1 divided by 2, 2 divided by 3. Their numerator is smaller than their denominator. Improper fractions, the fractions having their numerator bigger than their denominator. Like you can see 3 divided by 2 or 5 divided by 4. Such fractions are called improper fractions. Mixed fractions, fractions describing a whole number and a fraction are called mixed fractions. Like you see, there is a 2 which is a whole number and a half which is a fraction. So altogether this is a mixed fraction. Equivalent fractions, fractions with different numerator and denominators, but they result in same fraction when simplified. For example, 2 divided by 3 is equivalent to 4 divided by 6. When we simplify the second fraction, they will become equal. Unit fractions, fractions where the numerator is 1 and denominator is any positive number, they are called unit fractions. For example, 1 divided by 2, 1 divided by 3, etc. Like fractions or similar fractions, they have the same denominator. For example, look at these two, 3 divided by 5, 4 divided by 5. They have the same denominator. They are called like fractions. Unlike fractions, fractions having different denominators. You can see here the example, 3 divided by 4, 4 divided by 5. In these two fractions, the denominators are different. That's why they are called unlike fractions. Now there is a summary of all the types we have described with examples. You can have a look.